This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at NubianTV.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good. Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I have said it before. I will say it again. The word is a Caesar, not one to rest on his laurels. He's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. Ooh, kind of makes you jump a little bit, right? Like I actually got something to do. What's going on, everybody? Mama Dama CC Sharon Gabo. Welcome into another edition of Brainley's Virtual Tour Live, the evening edition. Yes, you see the destinations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 destinations for you this evening, along with some breaking news as well. Well, we have a lot to talk about. Y'all know Carlos Watson, the founder and CEO of Ozy Media. Well, he has been sentenced to jail. How long? Well, I'll give you the intel. There was a powwing in Wisconsin and in Houston. We will talk about both locations today and give you the latest updates on that. TikTok, the battle for TikTok, will it be here or will it not be here? You know, they have until January 19th to sell their U.S. operations or face a ban. I'll give you the latest update on that. Wendy Williams, there are many updates, but I have all of them for you to the minute. Of course, I told y'all about Wicked, how much I love the movie. Well, the title for the second half is out, and also, too, that movie will be coming out next year. So, literally, next year is almost here. Then we have Tiffany Haddish. There's an update between her and her best friend on that lawsuit. I'll give you the intel on that. BronnyJ as being his dad at a record. What record, you say? We'll talk about it. Jamie Foxx, there is an update. You guys remember there was glass in his mouth. When you guys hear this update, I think you guys will be on Jamie Foxx's side with this. There is a Black Doll show that's been around for 44 years, and we are going to celebrate that and give you the intel on that. Not to mention SaMiyahF, a 3-year-old beautiful Black girl, has made it through something very, very big in her life, and we will get to all of that. All 11 destinations live tonight. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. We take down the iconic intro, rather. You see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Before we get to our 11, count them, 11 destinations, just a couple of breaking news stories for you guys here. From the New York Times, suspect in CEO Illing faces first-degree murder charge that brands him as a terrorist. So Luigi McCone got a first-degree murder charge, and the CEO Illing of United Healthcare Chief Executive Officer Brian. So that is that there. Then, of course, Elon Musk and SpaceX face reviews after violations of security reporting rules. Elon Musk and his rocket company failed to comply with federal protocols aimed at protecting state secrets. People familiar with the matter said it's interesting because he wanted to leave California because of how they want to deal with children being able to have their own identity, and move to Texas, and then he's in his own demise. So just a couple of updates there. With that being said, let's get to doing what we do. We have 11, count them, 11 destinations for y'all tonight. Here we go. We're going to kick it off with former TV host Carlos Watson gets nearly 10 years in prison in case about failed star of Ozy Media. This comes to us from the Associated Press. In New York, former talk show host Carlos Watson was sentenced Monday to nearly 10 years in prison in a federal financial conspiracy case that cast his once buzzy Ozy Media as an extreme fake it till you make it startup culture. In one example, another Ozy executive impersonated a YouTube executive to hype Ozy to investment bankers while Watson coached him, prosecutors said. Watson, 55, and now the defunct company were found guilty last summer of charges including wire fraud conspiracy. He has denied the allegations and plans to appeal. I loved what we built at Ozy, he said in court Monday, initially addressing supporters in the audience before the judge suggested he turn around. Watson told the judge that he was a target of selective prosecution as a Black entrepreneur in Silicon Valley, where African-American executives have been disproportionately few, and he called the case a modern inching. I've made mistakes. I'm very, very sorry that people Watson minimum sentence of 2 years in prison and potentially as much as 37 years, remains free for now on $3 million bond. He is to surrender to prison by March 28th. Any restitution will be determined after a hearing in February. U.S. District Judge Eric Comonti said Monday that the quantum of this Ozy in this case is exceptional. Your eternal apparatus for separating truth from fiction became badly miscalibrated. He told Watson in sentencing him. Prosecutors accused the former cable news commentator and host of playing a leading role in a scheme to deceive Ozy investors and lenders by inflating revenue numbers, tallying deals and offers that were non-existent or not finalized, and flashing other false indications of Ozy's success. Watson even listened in and texted talking points while his co-founder posed as a YouTube executive to praise Ozy on a phone call with potential investors, prosecutors said. So to give y'all some context here on what the call was about, it was with Goldman Sachs. Carlos Watson used to work at Goldman Sachs, and so they were going to invest $50 million. So SaMiyahF, who was the chief operating officer, impersonated a YouTube executive, because for those of you who don't know, he tried to make the Carlos Watson show a Amazon original. Turns out that wasn't the case, but he had a long partnership with A&E. You guys may or may not remember Black women owned the conversation that happened on the Oprah Winfrey Network. And then it became a YouTube original, but YouTube did not approve it. So in the call, there was inflating numbers and showcasing receipts that they did not have, right? So yeah. So that's how that call came to be. And of course, from there, SaMiyahF was going to shut down, but he tried to save it after talking to some investors and this, that, and the third. And Carlos Watson said that SaMiyahF had a mental health breakdown. So that's the context on that. If you want more info on the Ozy Media, I can't remember his last name, Ben Smith, and the BuzzFeed Sim4 lawsuit, just type in Ozy Media in the search bar of this channel, click it, and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Just press play and let it roll. His incessant and deliberate lies demonstrate not only a brazen disregard for the rule of law, but also a contempt for the values of honesty and fairness that should underlie American entrepreneurship. Brooklyn-based U.S. Attorney Bryson Pierce said in a statement Monday his office prosecuted the case. During the trial, Watson's defense blamed any misrepresentation on others, particularly co-founder SaMiyahF and former Ozy chief of staff Susie Hahn. She and Rao pled guilty and are awaiting sentencing and testified against Watson. Watson portrayed himself Monday as a founder who put everything he had into his company, saying that he took an average salary of around $51,000 from Ozy in its final years and has triple mortgaged his home and drives a 15-year-old car. After court, he questioned why Brooklyn-based prosecutors had gone after a California-based company and found the prosecutors declined to comment. The indictment alleged that scheming happened in the Brooklyn-based jurisdiction and elsewhere. I do think that this is an attack on Black excellence, Watson said, after knowing that his sins wasn't far from the 11-year term netted out to Elizabeth Holmes. She is the white former Silicon Valley CEO convicted of duping investors in the Thanos blood testing device hoax. She has appealed. There's no parallel between unreliable blood test technology and Ozy's roster of real programs and events, Watson said. Ozy, founded in 2012, was styled as a hub of news and culture for millennials with global outlook. Watson boasted an impressive resume, degrees from Harvard University and Stanford Law School, a stint on Wall Street, on-air gigs at CNN and MSNBC, and entrepreneurial chops. Ozy Media was his second startup, coming a decade after he sold a test prep company that he founded while in his 20s. Mountain View, California-based Ozy produced TV shows, newsletters, podcasts, and a music and ideas festival. Watson hosted several of the TV programs, including the Emmy-winning Black Women Own the Conversation, which appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I told you guys about that. Ozy snagged big advertisers, clients, and grants, but beneath the outward signs of success was the over extended company that struggled and dismembered and disassembled to stay afloat after 2017, according to insiders' testimony. The company strained to make payroll, ran late on rent, and took out pricey cash advances to pay bills. Former Finance Vice President Jane Purtier told jurors. Meanwhile, Ozy gave prospective investors much bigger revenue numbers than those it reported to accountants, according to testimony and documents. On the witness stand in July, Watson said the company's cash squeezes were just a startup norm, and its investors knew that they were getting unaudited numbers that could change. The only investor who spoke at the sentencing was Beverly Watson, who stands by her brother. She told the court Monday that her biggest loss was this important platform that elevate people and ideas that weren't being heard before. Ozy disintegrated in 2021 after a New York Times column disclosed the phone call impersonation gambit and raised questions about the true size of the startup's audience. So what do I think about this? Well, first of all, I believe that right is right and wrong is wrong. Y'all know I was on the Carlos Watson show after the inauguration of President Joe Biden, and I had a wonderful time on there. I thought that Ozy had a lot of room to run and grow and evolve. But when you are inflating numbers just to have an audience, that's not cool to me. So I understand that he is a black man, and I also understand that, in corporate America and the society that we live in today, white people get away with a lot more things than black people also too. In the same token, your output is only determined by your input. So I hope he is well, wish him well. And it was a real company. They had an Ozy Fest with Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Handler and many others. There were celebrities that came through. Even Mark Cuban was a part of it, and Alex Rodriguez. So it was a real thing, and I pray that he is all right there. So, all right, y'all. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from this space right here and right now. Trigger warning to everybody for our next two destinations here. There is a lot to cover, so here we go. So this is from the Associated Press. A 15-year-old student opened fire in a study hall at a small Christian school in Wisconsin, illing a teacher and teenager and prompting a swarm of police officers to descend on the school in response to a second grader's 911 call. You heard me correctly. A second grader had to call 911. Here we go. The powwing occurred late Monday morning at Abundant Life Christian School. The police said Monday that a second grade student called 911 to report the powwing. Police Chief Sean Barnes said Natalie Ruprow, who went by the name Samantha, opened fire during a study hall, illing another student and teacher and wounded 6 others. Rupo now also passed away, likely by suicide. Barnes said responding police officers did not fire their weapons. He said a law enforcement official said the power was 17, but police said Monday night the power was 15. The school website shows that Friday was to be the last scheduled day of classes before the holiday break. Right here, Abundant Life Christian School is non-denominational. It has about 420 students through pre-kindergarten through high school, according to Barbara Weirs, Director of Elementary School Relations for Abundant Life Christian School. She said at a news briefing Monday afternoon that the school does not have metal detectors but uses other security measures, including cameras. She also said pounds are not allowed on campus and that the school regularly practices safety routines. When they heard lockdown, they knew it was real. She said Weirs said just before the school year they had done a retrain with the mass and police department, so it was very fresh for faculty. The school asked for prayers in a post on its Facebook page Monday. The powwing comes less than 2 weeks after a Howman critically wounded two kindergartners at a tiny religious school in Northern California and then illed himself. Butte County Sheriff Corey L. Horna said that the power was mentally ill and believed that by targeting children on December 4th that he was carrying out countermeasures in response to America's involvement in Middle East violence. Litton 56 gained entry into the Feather River School of 7-day adventures on Oroville, California, by pretending he wanted to enroll a fictitious grandson. You know, it really, hey, Lacey W., good to see you, beautiful. It really boggles my mind, the world we live in today, where there are women and men going through IVF, and you wanted to enroll a fictitious grandson to do this. He used a hand pal to pow and critically wound two kindergarten boys ages 5 and 6. Authorities said Litton was found passed away afterwards, just meters from the school's playground. How many school powwings have happened this year? There, according to the anti-violence organization Every Town for Pow Safety, shows that there has been at least 202 incidents of pow fire on school grounds. 202, resulting in 56 passings and 147 injuries. 56 passings, 147 injuries. 56 passings, 147 injuries. Last year, 45 people passed away and 158 school powwings. 45 people passed away in 158 school powwings. 45 people passed away in 158 school powwings. Of course, the flags were ordered to be flown at half-staff, according to Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers. Barnes asked if said they've asked the ATF to expedite determining the origin of the POW used in the powwing and how the 15-year-old got her hands on it. He said he's not aware if the weapon was owned or possessed by her parents. Asked if her parents could be charged for crime, Barnes said that they were voluntarily giving information, but he also wanted to look at whether the parents were negligent. But at this time, he said it doesn't appear to be the case. Two prominent cases of parents facing charges after the children are accused of school powers have come in Michigan and Georgia in recent years. So, speaking on CNN, Madison Police Police Chief Sean Barnes said they're trying to put together a timeline. Police are trying to determine what led to the powwing. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes said officers were talking to the Powers' father and other family members who were cooperating, searching through the Powers' home. Barnes said officials don't know if the victims were targeted. So, Monday's attack was the second school powwing in Dane County in the last 8 months. A 14-year-old Mount Hornby student named Damian Hunker tried to break into his middle school on May 1st with an air POW, prompting students to flee the building into surrounding neighborhoods. Hunker wasn't able to enter the school, and responding police POW'd and illed him after he refused to drop the weapon. Investigators found writings in Hunker journal entitled Battle Plan dated January 26. 3 months before the attack, he planned to tell his mother that he was sick, steal a car, sneak into the school at lunchtime, burn down the library, and go after the popular kids, according to the documents. Then he had planned to escape and pass away. Investigators also discovered a message on his bedroom wall in black marker that read, "Hi, cops," to the officer who asked to pow me. "I'm sorry, it's not your fault. Don't forget that." So there was a news conference held Tuesday afternoon Vice President Kamala Harris has called for stronger POW laws. Solutions are in hand, but we need elected leaders to have the courage to step up and do the right thing. Our nation mourns for those who were ill. We pray for the recovery of those who were injured. So she gave a speech in Maryland on Tuesday. There was it came from a second grade teacher, not a second grader. So that's an update there. Barnes says he can't verify whether the document posted online was from the Power. Barnes said he wouldn't share information about the Power social media accounts. Barnes said everyone was targeted during the attack, and he said her motivation happened to have a number of factors. This is a haunting situation. The mayor urged us to have patience and not spread misinformation and let the investigators do their jobs. We don't nearly know enough yet, the mayor says. Officers declined to answer a number of questions during the press conference. This is absolutely none of y'all's business who was harmed in this incident. Press aggressively by reports for more information. Please have human decency and respect for those who lost loved ones. Just have some human decency, folks. Leave them alone. Don't feed off their pain. I fully agree with that. This is not a time to just do this just to do this. In the same token, people do have the right to know, because there are family members that may not be in Wisconsin. They deserve to know. And so if you're not going to release it to the public for the reasons that you believe, mayor, then the family members who are out of state should at least know, and their friends. There is a sidewalk memorial for the powwing victims. My heart just sunk because I know how awesome a lot of these kids are. Truett, Mackenzie Truett, 24, said, I know how scared everybody was, couldn't get a hold of certain people. It was just really scary having to deal with that. She said she knew growing up, she said she grew up knowing many of the kids who attended the school and described a kind, compassionate community and selfless teachers. It's sad how often these are happening, how mental health is declining, and it doesn't seem like there's anything anybody can do to stop it. And so these are all the updates here. Like I said, a very sad and tragic situation. 202 powwings is too many. This has become the norm, and it just seems like people in government don't care. Steve Scalise went through this. Didn't matter to him. January 6th didn't matter. And it just seems like at this point, it's head in the sand energy, which is quite sad to me. And right here from CNN, just to show y'all a little bit more here. So it says here, investigators are looking into online posts on a possible manifesto that might have been linked to the Power Police chief said Tuesday. We have been made aware of a manifesto, if you want to call it that, or some type of letter that's been posted by someone who alleged to be her friend. We haven't been able to locate that person yet, but that's something we're going to work on today. Barnes said we'll also be looking through her effects if she had a computer or cell phone to see if there's transmissions between her and someone else. The tragedy marks the 83rd school powwing across the United States this year. 83rd school powwing this year. I don't think they'll be okay for a long time. It was the last week of school before Christmas break. Students had a week full of festivities to look forward to, including a holiday concert and an ugly Christmas sweater, according to the school website. Why did they do that? It's disgrace student recalls school powwing in Wisconsin. Lord, their names have not been released yet. The student and the teacher. Authorities wanted to make sure families were notified first. Absolutely. So the people were taken to area hospitals to say a mass and said 2 students remain in critical condition and have life-threatening injuries, the city said Tuesday morning. These 2 patients were in stable addition, Tuesday morning at SaMiyahF St. Mary's Hospital, and 2 have been released from hospital. Spokesperson said survivors of the attack, some as young as 7 and 8 years old, recall screaming in the hallway, saying they were really scared, really sad. According to CNN affiliate Wisc, parents anxiously await to learn what happened to their children. Thank God they were safe, said Mayor Jean Charles, a mother of 3 students at the school, but the trauma is a lot. I'm sure they've lost friends and teachers, which is now okay. I don't think they'll be okay for a long time. And here's a 2nd grader with a microphone in her face and a SpongeBob popsicle. So children have to now worry about Lord Jesus. Students have to worry about if they can have the imagination to live. They can't. How should I put this? Because this is really pissing me off. I can't. Students have to worry about if they will ever have a connection to live, rather than being about their imagination and being free. The police chief said officers are sensitive to the children's trauma and will not pressure them to help with the investigation, though many questions remain unanswered. We're not going to interrogate students. Barnes said we're going to give them an opportunity to come and speak to what they may have saw when they feel ready, which is why some of these questions have been answered. Moments before Monday's mass powwing, a group of medics from the police department was at a training center 3 miles away from the school, rehearsing what to do in a mass trauma incident. Students at the school were clearly scared as the attack unfolded, said Barbara Weir's director of elementary school relations for Abundant Life, but the students were well trained in active power drills and handled themselves brilliantly. What we should be hearing is the brilliancy of children in their academics, not being brilliant for their humanity to live. Both federal and Wisconsin laws generally make it illegal for someone under 18 to possess a firearm. According to state law, it's also illegal for any person to intentionally sell, loan, or give a weapon to someone under 18. But Wisconsin state law has exceptions that allow a minor to possess a POW or a firearm for target practice under adult supervision for use in the armed forces or for hunting. In addition, Wisconsin has a child access firearm law that makes it legal to recklessly store a loaded firearm within or reach or easy access for a child under 14. And there is the Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes, a former teacher, by the way, who said that the tragedy of school powwings must stop. Candlelight visual is scheduled for Tuesday night with the city's mayor and education officials expected to attend. As a father, grandfather, and as governor, it's unthinkable that a kid or educator might wake up to go to school one morning and never come home. The governor said this should never happen. And that is the latest from Wisconsin. I just have no words. I really don't. So here is the video here of a 6th grade.
Did you hear gunshots?
Yeah, I heard.
Tell me what happened.
We heard them, and then some people started crying, and then we just waited till the police came, and then they escorted us out to the church.
How many gunshots did you hear?
I heard 2.
And what were you thinking? What are you thinking now?
I was scared. Why did they do that? Why? I was in English, and then they said it was a lockdown drill, so we went inside of the building, and then we went to the church after they came and got us, and then we just waited to give us some food, and then waited for them to transport us to the hospital and get our moms and dads.
It's sad, you know, to be home and then somebody call you and say your kids schooling like down and shooting and you didn't know where they are. And thank God they were safe. But the trauma, it's a lot because I'm sure they lost friends and teachers, which is not okay. And I don't think they will be okay for a long time. And I'm not.
No mother or father or child should ever have to make it on CNN for their humanity to almost be taken out. When will it stop? When will people quit giving a flying fuck about reality TV and tap into shit that needs to be talked about? That is the question. Because reality TV is going to stay ratchet. We have a world that we live in that is more real than some manufactured bullshit for 60 minutes with commercials, 42 minutes without commercials. It's fucking disgusting. It needs to end. That being said, we do have more virtual tour live coming at you right from the space right here, right now. This is from Click to Houston. Mother of 14-year-old victim speaks out after deadly powwing at makeshift Houston teen club. A Houston mother is mourning the loss of her 14-year-old daughter, Azaria Bankhead, who is right here, who was killed in a powwing at a teen pop-up club late Saturday night. Azaria Bankhead, a 16-year-old boy, lost their lives while 4 other teens were injured in the incident. The powwing happened around 11:30 p.m. inside a building off of Jensen Road, where police said pow fire erupted during an event advertised as a teen club. The club, known as the Curfew Limited Liability Company, or LLC, has marked itself as the hottest teen club in Houston on Instagram, but also operates as an adult after-hours venue with BYOB, bring your own bottle, for additional fee according to its Google listing. Trelisa Jones, Azaria's mother, stood with her sister describing the nightmare of losing her daughter, who she says was a typical teenager who loved life and TikTok. One thing, she loved to dance. She loved TikTok, Jones said. I used to fuss at her, get off of TikTok. She said, Mama, I'm almost done. She just loved life. She was a happy child. Jones revealed that she allowed Zara to attend the club in the past, regularly checking in to ensure her safety. However, she was unaware that adults were permitted at the venue. If y'all are adults and go to adult clubs and let these babies enjoy life like they deserve to, Jones said. Witnesses report seeing a tall, thin man dressed in all black, wearing a hooded sweatshirt and mask, powwing into the crowd. Police are still searching for the suspect and have not yet identified anyone responsible for the powwing. Video posted on the club's Instagram page about an hour before the powwing showed a large crowd inside. Jones expressed hope that the venue will permanently be shut down, citing safety concerns for the teens. I hope they shut it down. Authorities urge anyone with information to contact the Houston Police Department or Crime Stoppers. As police investigate, Jones and her family are left grieving the loss of a bright, joyful teen who had her entire life ahead of her. Azriel loved life. Jones says she was happy she did deserve this. And yeah, and the comments are right there. So let's play this here.
Flooring is one of the largest purchases you'll ever make, so be sure you're buying from a company you can trust.
Check for reviews. Get a copy of the estimate. Make sure there's no...
Whoever did it, please turn yourself in. Please.
A grieving mother begging for justice to be served. Her teenage daughter, 14-year-old Azaria Bankhead, is one of 2 teenagers killed in a shooting overnight in North Houston. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Bill Barajas. Azaria Bankhead was one of many teens who went to a pop-up club in North Houston last night, but the party turned into chaos when somebody opened fire. Gunshots rang out just before midnight at the Curfew Club on Jensen Drive and Topping Street. Azaria and a 16-year-old boy were both killed. 4 other teenage girls were hurt. KPRC2's just obtained video from inside the club when those shots rang out. We want to warn our viewers, this footage may be difficult to watch. The shooter is still on the run tonight. KPRC2's Corley Spiel spoke with Azaria Bankhead's mother about this tragedy.
Her mother tells me she hasn't even been able to process the past 24 hours. Her friends are also in shock. Some of them tell me they were with Azaria as they ran from the gunfire and they had to watch their friend die. How this happened is still under investigation, but Azaria's mother is hoping for justice.
I still wish I could just wake up.
Charlisa Jones stood with her sister, describing her nightmare, knowing her 14-year-old daughter, Azaria Bankhead, was tragically killed. She says Azaria was a typical teenager.
But one thing she loved to dance, loved TikTok. I used to fuss her to get off TikTok. You can't do nothing about you over there dancing, doing videos. Okay, my mom was done. I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. But she just loved life. She was a happy child.
Police say Azaria and a 16-year-old boy both died in the shooting at a teen pop-up club Saturday night. 4 other teens were injured as shots rang out around 11:30 p.m. inside this building off Jensen Road. Jones says her daughter has been to the makeshift club in the past.
I knew she was there. I went there multiple times. Left, called me, I'm here. We made it. The car, we walking out, or it's almost up with, and they always come. But this time it was just different. I didn't feel nothing was wrong.
About an hour before the shooting, the club posted this video of the large crowd on its Instagram page with more than 6,200 followers. The club is called the Curfew LLC and advertises on Instagram as the hottest teen club in Houston. On Google, the teen club says it turns into the livest adult after hours, adding the adults can enjoy BYOB for an additional fee. Jones did not know adults were allowed.
Then if y'all adults, go to adult clubs, let these babies enjoy their life, which they deserve to.
What do you hope comes from this?
I hope they shut it down.
That shooter is still out there. What do you want them to know?
I don't know the truth of what, the only person that did it know the truth. I just hope he have, whoever, they have enough sense to just go turn yourself in.
Witnesses described the shooter to police as a tall, thin man with a black hooded sweatshirt and a black face mask, and said that he was shooting into the air. Other than that, police don't have much of a description of that shooter, but they're asking anyone with any information to contact HPD or Crime Stoppers. Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
Thank you so much for that.
Florida is one of the largest purchases.
This is why we do this show. I know everybody is into reality TV. But y'all, our brain cells have to form a brain bigger than that. A 14-year-old is no longer here. And in that same token, the second victim was a 16-year-old boy at a makeshift nightclub in Powwing in Northeast Houston, family says. This comes to us from ABC 13 Eyewitness News. The family of the second teenager who was powed and killed Saturday night during what Houston police are calling a makeshift nightclub in Northeast Houston has identified him as 16-year-old King Randall. Officers described a chaotic scene around 11:20 p.m. to a building. Okay, there we go. We could care less about that right now. Try to get through this commercial so we can pause it. So we'll watch the video after I read the article. Okay, there we go. Pause. Thank you very much. We'll get to y'all in a second. Officers described a chaotic scene when they arrived at 11:20 p.m. to a building off of the 10100 block of Jensen Drive, which is near the E6 freeway. Assistant Chief Luis Mendez Sierra said there was a large crowd of people running everywhere. It's kind of one of these last minute parties, pop-up parties that have been popping up lately. It's kind of a social media deal. It seems like the crowd was majority juveniles, Menendez Sierra said. Investigators said 6 people in total were out. 2 of them passed away from their injuries. The family of 14-year-old Azaria Bankhead spoke to ABC 13 Sunday after identifying her as one of the teens who was fatally powered. They illed my baby. I don't wish this on nobody. I want my baby back. Bankhead's mother, Teresa Jones, said on Monday, Randall's family confirmed that he was the other teenager who was ill. His mother declined an on-camera interview, feeling retaliation as she suspected her son may have been targeted in the incident. However, she told ABC 13 over the phone that he loved music, his family, and nature. He meditated daily, ate very healthy, and hugged trees wherever he went. Randall's mother said he was very smart and respectful. Teachers loved him. Everyone he met had something positive to say about him. Investigators said an additional 4 female victims between the ages of 13 and 19 are in the hospital, one who is still in critical condition. A social media poster showed the venue where the powwing happened is known as the Curfew Club, advertised as the hottest teen club in Houston. Messages and calls to the owner of the building, as well as the organizer of the party, have not been answered. Houston Police Department said while they are aware these types of parties are becoming more common, there's not much they can do because the parties are not against the law unless someone reports illegal activity to them, such as underage drinking or noise violations. No suspects have been identified in the case. According to Houston police, anyone who knows something or attend the party may have video is contacted to contact Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. That's 713-222-TIPS. That's 713-222-TIPS. So a 14 and 16-year-old are no longer here. This is why there are some people that, hey, Stacy, good to see you, my friend. This is why there are some people in the world that don't want to have kids because they are afraid of the world that we live in. If you can't go to school and be safe, if you can't go to a nightclub and be safe, if you can't go to a mall, if you can't go to a movie theater, if you can't even go to Disney World, where can you be safe? And like I said, I talked with Captain Venus, and I said, it's not that I'm the best content creator in the sector. I'm holier than thou, and this, that, and the third, all around the world. But sometimes I wonder if content creators on YouTube and on social media have a thing called a pulse to be able to talk about anything else. Or does it have to happen in your neighborhood for you to give a fuck about it? I thought we were supposed to be having unity as a community. But I guess, in the words of Alex Russo from Wisc Waverly Place, everything is not what it seems. That's wrong.
2 different Houston families are making plans to bury their teenage children. They were shot and killed at what investigators are calling a makeshift nightclub on Saturday night.
Houston police say 4 others were also hurt. No suspects have been arrested. This happened on Jensen Drive near the East Tex Freeway in Northeast Houston. That's where we find ABC 13's Rosie Wen. And Rosie, HPD says this is a growing trend that's already on their radar.
Yeah, Maida and Jonathan, Houston police tell me while they are aware that these types of parties are becoming more and more common, there's not much that they can do because technically they say these types of parties are not against the law unless someone reports to them that there's illegal activities happening, such as underage drinking or noise violations. Last night you heard from one of the victims' families. Now we're learning more about the second victim. Tonight, the family of 16-year-old King Randall identifying him as the second victim to ABC 13. King was one of two teens killed around 11:20 Saturday night during what Houston police say was a pop-up party at a makeshift club. His mother hesitant to speak to us on camera due to fear of retaliation, suspecting that her son may have been targeted in the shooting. But she tells us over the phone that he loved music, his family, and nature, who was loved by many people. Last night, we heard from the family of 14-year-old Azaria Bankhead, who identified her as the other teen killed in this shooting.
They killed my baby. I don't wish this on nobody. Lord knows I want my baby back with me.
This social media poster showed the venue where the shooting happened is known as the Curfew Club, advertised as the hottest teen club in Houston. Messages and calls to the owner of this building, as well as the organizers of the Curfew Club, have not been answered.
Since it's not a non-sanctioned and they're not under any regulations, which is what causes the problems with these type of events. With no regulations, there's nothing guarding it, nothing to make sure that it's a legit establishment.
People in the community tell us the building where this all happened used to be a church. They say it's a shame that it will now be the place remembered as where two teens lost their lives so violently.
This is not the first party that's been here. There's been multiple parties here, but this is the first one that we've heard of that has been a tragedy such as itself.
4 other female victims between the ages of 13 to 19 who are in the hospital. One of them still in critical condition tonight. If you have any information that can help investigators in this case, you are asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. Reporting live from Northeast Houston, Rosie Nguyen, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Rosie, for that. And, when we go live on tour, every destination is not sunshine and rainbows, in the words of Rocky. There's some destinations that are very difficult, very heavy, and very weighty to go to. But the destinations that we avoid in life can be a bigger problem later down the line if we don't address it. So I hope that by going to these two destinations tonight of Wisconsin and Houston, that hopefully we can have some unity in the community to care about each other and be bigger than just what's trending on social media. Amen. Amen. So we're going to take a little bit of a mental break here because I need it and you probably need it too. And we come back, we got Tic Toc, Wendy Williams, Wicked, Tiffany Haddish, BronnyJ, Jamie Foxx, A Black Doll Show, and SaMiyahF. I cannot wait to tell y'all about SaMiyahF, who is a 3-year-old beautiful black girl who has conquered something quite incredible that deserves to be celebrated. So we're going to take a little mental break here. We'll be back with more Virtual Tour Live right after this.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Get low, come on, drop it to the floor, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez? Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big, or if you like, too small. Copeland's, there's always something good.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with I'm loving it.
We are right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have you here live on tour with you tonight. We kicked off the show with two updates. Luigi McCone has got a first-degree murder charge that has labeled him a terrorist. Then we talked about Elon Musk and SpaceX, that they are under federal investigation by avoiding giving state secrets. And then we talked about Carlos Watson. He's been sentenced to 10 years in jail for wire fraud conspiracy and basically identity theft because Samir Rao, the chief operations officer of Ozy, impersonated a YouTube executive on a Goldman Sachs investor call for $50 million. Then we talked about Wisconsin, where there was a school powwing where two people are no longer here, a teacher and a student, and 6 students are injured and they are in the hospital. And then we just got done talking about Houston, where a 14-year-old young lady and a 16-year-old young man, both black, are no longer here. And there are 4 young ladies that are in the hospital. And that happened at a pop-up teen nightclub called the Curfew in Houston, Texas. So powwing happened there. So a lot going on here on Virtual Tour Live tonight. We took a mental break because on this show we care about the mental, because we travel to these destinations. Sometimes it can be a little words of Eminem, knees weak, arms heavy like spaghetti. So with that being said, we do have much more Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here, right now, from Reuters. Tic Toc turns to U.S. Supreme Court in last-ditch effort to avert the ban. U.S. Justice Department calls Tic Toc a threat to U.S. security, rather. Federal Appeals Court upheld ban on December 6th. 47 said he has a warm spot in his heart for Tic Toc. Here we go. Washington, December 16th, Reuters. Tic Toc made a last-ditch effort on Monday to continue operating in the United States, asking the Supreme Court to temporarily block a law intended to force ByteDance, its China-based parent company, to divest the short video app by January 19th or face a ban. Tic Toc and ByteDance filed an emergency request to the justices for an injunction to halt the looming ban on the social media app that is used by about 170 million Americans while they appeal a lower court's ruling that upheld the law. A group of U.S. users of the app filed a similar request on Monday as well. There is a lawsuit with some TikTokers against the United States government. Hang on, y'all. I need to put my laptop on the charger here. There we go. All right. Congress passed the law in April. The Justice Department has said that as a Chinese company, TikTok poses a national security threat of immense depth and scale because of its access to vast amounts of data on American users, from locations to private messages, and its ability to secretly manipulate content that Americans can view on the app. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit in Washington, D.C. on December 6th rejected TikTok's argument that the law violates free speech protections under the United States Constitution's First Amendment. In their filing to the Supreme Court, TikTok and ByteDance said that if Americans duly informed of the alleged risk of content manipulation, choose to continue viewing content on TikTok with their eyes wide open, the First Amendment entrusts them with making that choice free from government censorship. And if the DC Circuit's contradictory holding stands, then Congress will have free rein to ban any American from speaking simply by identifying some risk that the speech is influenced by a foreign entity, they added. The companies that said being shuttered even for 1 month would cause TikTok to lose a third of its U.S. users and undermine its ability to attract advertisers and recruit content creators and employ talent. Calling itself one of the most important speech platforms used in the United States, TikTok has said that there's no immediate threat to United States national security, and that delaying enforcement of the law will allow the Supreme Court to consider the legality of the ban and the incoming administration of President evaluate the law as well. 47, who unsuccessfully tried to ban TikTok during his first term in 2020, has reversed his stance and promised during his presidential race this year that he would try to save TikTok. 47 takes office on January 20th, the day after the TikTok deadline under law. The law will shutter one of America's most popular speech platforms a day before a presidential inauguration. The company said in their filing a federal law singling out and banning a speech platform used by half of Americans is extraordinary. Asked Monday at a press conference what he would do to stop a ban on TikTok, 47 said that he has a warm spot in his heart for TikTok and that he will take a look at the matter. 47 was meeting with TikTok CEO Xu Jingchu in Florida on Monday, a source familiar with the plans told Reuters, speaking on the condition of anonymity. TikTok did not immediately respond to a request for a comment on the meeting. The companies asked the Supreme Court to issue a decision on its request by January 6th to allow, in the event it is rejected, for the complicated task of shutting down TikTok in the United States and to coordinate with service providers by the deadline set under the law. The dispute comes amid growing trade tensions between China and the United States, the world's two biggest economies. TikTok has denied rigorous scrutiny. TikTok has denied that it has or ever would share United States user data, accusing U.S. lawmakers of advancing speculative concerns. TikTok spokesperson Michael Hous said after the filing that we're asking the court to do what it has traditionally done in free speech cases, apply the most rigorous scrutiny to speech bans, and conclude that it violates the First Amendment. In its ruling, the D.C. Circuit wrote, the First Amendment exists to protect free speech in the United States. Here, the government acted solely to protect that freedom from a foreign adversary nation and to limit that adversary's ability to gather data on people in the United States. The law would bar providing certain services to TikTok and other foreign adversary-controlled apps, including offering it through app stores such as the Apple App Store or Alphabet's Google Play Store, effectively preventing its continued United States use unless ByteDance divest TikTok by the deadline. A ban could open the door for a future U.S. crackdown on other foreign apps. In 2020, 47 tried to ban WeChat, owned by Chinese company Tencent, but was blocked by the courts. Well, it looks like TikTok is going to the Supreme Court. Now, what do I think about this? I think it is quite sad that the government is more concerned about TikTok than putting laws in place for POWs to make sure that, when you get out of high school, that you can go to college debt free. or at least half of that debt or a manageable amount of debt, to not take care of our veterans and to not take care of our children. So all those issues aside, and the maternity and paternity rates or morality rates of Black women giving childbirth, that's not an issue, but TikTok is an issue. I think the government is in the deep end of this pool, and they need to do the right thing and move on from this personally. So, all right, y'all, more Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here and right now from the Jasmine brand. As it pulls up here. From the Jasmine brand, Wendy Williams is reportedly slipping further into dementia. Source says family members are struggling to reach her. From the Jasmine brand, insiders tell Radar Online that Wendy has been slipping further into dementia. Her family is becoming more frantic as they are reportedly kept in the dark about her condition. The source shared it's frustrating and hurtful to imagine Wendy being left somewhere as her physical and mental state declines. People who know her and care about her would like to know who is caring for her, but for some reason they are being told they're not being told anything, rather. However, despite these concerns, a recent video showing Wendy in the backseat of a black SUV, reportedly with her nephew picking up food in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Williams, who was placed under court-ordered guardianship in May 2022, has been battling multiple health issues, including Graves' disease, lymphedema, alcohol abuse, and most recently frontotemporal dementia. Her decline has led her to her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morsley, who tried to block Lifetime from airing the documentary, and also Kelvin Hunter tried to also get Sabrina Morsley not to attend the court hearing in the divorce proceedings between Kelvin and Wendy, because he wanted Wendy to come in so that way he can manipulate Wendy and get money. It's to the point where he said that it was raining and he wanted, money for his car, and they found out that it wasn't raining that day. So Kelvin's a fucking liar as well. Sabrina Morsley, the court-appointed guardian, to say that Wendy has become continentally impaired and permanently incapacitated. Fans and family are desperately hoping for answers and a bright future for Wendy. So she is permanently. Actually, let me bring it up from Chronicle Speaks, because I want to make sure that we get context here. And what do I think about this? Of course, it's horrible what is happening. It's absolutely horrible what's happening to Wendy Williams. I know she did a lot of things to a lot of people, and the same token, she is human after all. And so I do pray for Wendy, because at the beginning of the day, Kelvin Jr., that's his mom. Y'all know how I feel about children. From 1 to 92, the words of Nat King Cole, they are still children. CHRO Chronicle Speaks. This Chronicle Speaks had a video on this. I know I've watched it. A while back, hang on. As it pulls up here. Here it is, the truth about Wendy's permanent incapacitated status. So we will look at that right now from Chronicle Speaks. Here we go, y'all. And shout out to Chronicle Speaks. Like, comment, share, subscribe to Chronicle Speaks.
So the heartbreaking news has been released today that Sabrina Morrissey is now stating that Wendy has been left permanently incapacitated by her dementia battle. Now, we've been told stating that Wendy has been left permanently incapacitated by her dementia battle. Now, we've been told before that Wendy was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and aphasia. Now, we saw her drastic decline on the Where is Wendy Williams documentary. However, it seems like all of that could have been alcohol related, especially considering that at one point her son, little Kev, did state that his mother once had alcohol-related dementia, but she seemed to be getting better, and we saw her get better once he was able to change her diet and completely rid her of alcohol. Now, we've all seen Wendy Williams and her son, Lil Kev, at Victor Bowman's store. Victor happens to be Dr. Sabi's son. And we've also heard that Wendy Williams has given her 2 cents on what's going on with Diddy. So Wendy has gone from going to Victor Bowman's shop, shocking him because he thought she was going to be in a horrible state, and she's talking about Diddy, giving her report on Diddy, but now she's permanently incapacitated. Wendy's son is calling cap to it all. So let's read the headlines. Wendy Williams is permanently incapacitated from her tragic dementia battle, her guardian claimed in court. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal the stunning court admissions by attorneys for Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, which was entered into the record as she battles with Lifetime over the documentary Where is Wendy Williams? Now, according to LawInsider.com, permanently incapacitated means a person who has suffered more than 80% permanent physical impairment or more than 75% permanent neurological impairment in operations, rendering him or her unfit for any kind of enjoyment in the future. So let's continue to read. In the filing, Sabrina's legal team calls Wendy, who is 60, an acclaimed entertainer who tragically has been afflicted by early onset dementia and as a result has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. So the document states this: in a proceeding pursuant to Article 81 of the Mental Hygiene Law, guardianship proceeding appointed the guardian to act as temporary guardian of Wendy Williams Hunter, an acclaimed entertainer who tragically has become cognitively and physically impaired and permanently disabled and incapacitated. So at the top we have what the U.S. Sun is reporting, and at the bottom we have what the document actually said. The document says she is physically impaired and permanently disabled and incapacitated.
So let's zoom in here if we can. So as you can see here, so right here is the U.S. Sun. So it says has become cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated. But here from the document it says has become cognitively and physically impaired and permanently disabled and incapacitated. So as you can see here, they took an inch and made it a mile, or they left miles out of the story at the U.S. Sun. So let's hear the translation from Chronicle Speaks. Here we go.
Document is not saying Wendy is permanently incapacitated. It's stating that she is permanently disabled and incapacitated.
Permanently,
there's a big difference.
Disabled and incapacitated. So a couple more times here, y'all.
We have what the document actually said. The document says she is physically impaired and permanently disabled and incapacitated. The document is not saying Wendy is permanently incapacitated. It's stating that she is permanently disabled and incapacitated. The document is not saying Wendy is permanently incapacitated. It's stating that she is permanently disabled and incapacitated.
Permanently disabled and incapacitated. So that is from Chronicle Speaks there.
Different. So the Jasmine brand reported on this story, and someone said, as far as Sabrina, why would we believe her? What about the family? And Lil Kev put light bulb. The Shade Room reported on the story, and Little Kev posted an emoji of someone throwing trash in the trash can, and then the blue cap. It was all a lie.
So there you go from the one and only Chronicle Speaks. Like I said, I'm pulling for Wendy because at the beginning, middle, end of the day, she is a mom. She is someone's auntie, as we know. You know, Alex, the niece of Wendy, who is a reporter in Florida, she is basically the biggest advocate besides Wanda, her sister. And also too, Wendy's dad is still here, so there are bigger elements here at play that is bigger than just a talk show. So praying for Wendy Williams. Now, remember that video, right? That said, she was in the back of a SUV. So here it is for Media TakeOut. Wendy Williams plans 2025 comeback to cover Diddy trial. There have been reports that Wendy Williams is incapacitated, but we saw from Chronicle. So there is that as a result of her dementia. Well, that may not be the case. Media TakeOut spoke with people close to Wendy, who tells us that the talk show host is focusing on her health and her sobriety and plans to make a huge comeback in 2025. She's not out. She's not quite out of the woods yet, rather, so she still needs all of our intended behavior. Here is a recent video by Torn the Dawn tonight, 360. Here we go.
How you doing? How you doing, Wendy Williams? How you doing, baby? You look good.
Yeah, man.
What is some Sister Sarah showing up? Look at her. How you doing?
So I'm guessing, it must be some hot flavors.
What kind of oyster she got?
Yeah, that's why he's wearing the glove. So, Wendy's very phobic.
That's the Wendy Williams special. That's the Williams special, baby.
Had to make sure that they were protecting her.
All right, have a great one. Sure.
I'm gonna be on my food truck. All right, no problem. Hey, appreciate it.
So look like she is a-okay. There, spot outside popular Fort Lauderdale restaurant. Sister Sarah SaMiyahF. I'm not doing this with y'all. SaMiyahF oysters with her nephew Travis Finney. Travis was in the documentary whereas Wendy Williams, that was on Lifetime. It was in 4 parts, by the way. If you're looking for the recap, just type in Wendy Williams and you'll see Wendy on the set of her talk show. Click part 1 and part 2 to watch that first, and then part 3 and part 4 after part 1 and part 2. You'll get caught up. It was recently diagnosed that Wendy was permanently incapacitated following her dementia diagnosis, but as we heard from Chronicle Speaks, let me see here, right here, one more time from Chronicle Speaks here.
The document actually said. The document says she is physically impaired and permanently disabled and incapacitated. The document is not saying Wendy is permanently incapacitated. It's stating that she is permanently disabled and incapacitated. There's a big
permanently disabled and incapacitated, but from that video there we see that she is looking alive and well, and that is having an incredible impact on her health. People close to Wendy are saying her memory has improved and now she's able to talk like the Wendy we all remember. A person close to Wendy told us she's not out of the woods yet, but she's planning on making a huge comeback in 2025. When asked for specifics on when, we're told she's going to be back in time for the Diddy trial. Well, we can't wait to hear what Wendy has to say about all this. So that will be in May of 2025. And shout out to this amazing YouTube channel I follow called the Wendy Archive. They posted this 3 days ago. Wendy Williams' brother Thomas Williams spoke out on Wendy's recent return to Florida to be with her family. He sparked some enthusiasm about her moving to Florida soon, promised to post a picture with her, and showed Wendy's recent crafts. He also claimed that Wendy is back on track. The videos available of fans of Wendy Williams' Facebook group. So I'll keep you updated. So if you guys do not know about the Wendy Archive, 59,300 subscribers, and all they do is just upload different clips of Wendy Williams. So shout out to the Wendy Archive, one of the greatest platforms, and this is how you utilize social media for the good. There are, things of the good. And it's a private group. So I've just requested to get in there, and so I gotta wait, for approval, of course, but that is in the private group. So if you guys want to be a part of that group, you guys can go on your own and get in there. You know what I mean? So yes, indeed. So glad that Wendy will be okay there. And like I said, this is the Wendy Archive. So just type in the Wendy Archive, and they have updates on a regular schmegular basis there. All right, everybody. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here and right now. Part 2 of Wicked lands new title ahead of 2025 release. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo star in next year's follow-up for the Broadway adaptation. Wicked Part 2 has magically altered this title ahead of next year's theatrical releases. Comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter. Follow-up to last month's hit movie Wicked will be officially titled Wicked for Good, with Universal Pictures announcing the new moniker on Monday. The two-part feature adaptation of the Tony-winning Broadway smash had been long in the works after the stage version debuted in 2003. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo star in director John M. Chu's first film that hits theaters on November 21st, 2025. Demand is clearly high for the second movie, with the first one having already surpassed $520 million globally as it heads into the holiday corridor. Loosely based on Gregory Maguire's 1995 novel Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. Wicked tells the story of the Wizard of Oz characters before Dorothy's arrival. Grande plays Glinda, while Erivo portrays Alphaba. So here it is here, Wicked for... And if you don't know where that little sound is from, I will play it again for you all here. Here it is here. Just listen to the notes here. That is from the song I've Heard It Said That People Come Into Our Lives for a Reason, bringing something.
Need some music.
Hang on.
Use Gemini on your Google Pixel.
Make me a sugar-themed playlist.
I'm your plus one, right?
What if it was easier to turn up the fun? Save on Pixel products at Best Buy.
Where is that coming from? Okay, I think we're good, John. Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, but yes, that is from the words, I've heard it said, hey, who said that? I've heard it said, people come into our lives for a reason, bringing us something that we must learn. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But I do believe I have been changed for the better because I knew you, I have been changed for good. You will be changed. Wicked's official Instagram account posted in announcing the new title for Good. It's a duet between Glinda and Alphaba that was written by Wicked composer Stephen Schwartz for the original stage show. Rounding out the cast for the second film are Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Bowen Yang, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Yeoh, and Jeff Goldblum. In his review for Wicked, the Hollywood Reporter, chief film critic David Rooney wrote, producers have been no rush to bring the goldmine property to the screen, and their patience now pays off handsomely in John M. Chu's eye-popping movie version, which enriches source material while saluting the golden age of Technicolor MGM musicals, chief among them The Wizard of Oz. During a recent interview with the Hollywood Reporter, the movie's co-writer, Wendy Holzman, who also penned the book for the stage musical, explained why she was concerned about fans potentially spoiling the second film. As Holzman joked about the musical, it didn't open yesterday. It's been running for 21 years, and that is factual. So there you go there. So Wicked for Good will be coming out on November 21st, 2025. So by this time next year, we will have Wicked. So It'll be here before you know it. It will be here before you know it. It will be here before you know it. More Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from the space right here, right now. Media TakeOut. Tiffany, here we go. Tiffany Haddish awarded $95,000 after her ex-friend's defamation drama. Tiffany Haddish scored a major W in court after arbitrator awarded her $95,000 in a lawsuit filed against her by her former friend who accused the comedian and her team of defaming her. Trisha Norris' name and photograph appeared in blogs and media reports available all over the world as the cunning, conniving, deceitful ex-friend of Tiffany Haddish, Morris suit alleged. So, as we roll on here, Trisha Morris filed a lawsuit back in August of 2023 against Tiffany and comedian Ari Spears for defamation for using her children in an inappropriate skit that went viral. I will not show the skit. Let's just say that they both deserve what they got. The children now don't sue the comedians, but the case was thrown out. Morris filed her own lawsuit claiming the comedian defamed her and her children during an argument. Haddish attorneys accuses Morris of extortion, which she denied, but the arbitrator found that Haddish did not defame her and awarded the Girls Trip actress $95,198 in legal fees. Ari Spears was awarded $50,000 in fees. Well, listen, I mean, you got what you got, but you still did what you did. And those children should not have been a part of that skit. If y'all could not have found anything funnier than that, then maybe y'all should have made it in Hollywood. Just keeping it a buck. All right. So, like I said, a lot more coming your way. Right from the space right here and right now. BronnyJ breaks a rookie record, everybody, from rollingout.com. Said by his father, LeBron James, Bronny might just be the most profitable rookie ever. There's absolutely no question that Bronny James was worth being drafted at 55 overall if he had lived up to the hype on the court. He's definitely lived up to it, off of it. Official numbers are starting to roll in, and more than $500,000 worth of Bronny jerseys have already been sold this season at about $100 a pop. Those sale numbers tally up to over $50 million. This means he has sold the most jerseys as a rookie in NBA history. Yes, even more than his father did back in 2003. Bronny's popularity shouldn't come as a surprise. He's the son of LeBron James, has literally grown up in the public's eye. At Sierra Canyon High School, his game became public events as the likes of Drake, Quavo, and other entertainers would consistently attend the basketball matchups. By the time Bronny got to USC, University of Southern California, he was more than a household name. He already entered superstar status. He received NIL money, the most NIL money of any student athlete, including big-time deals with Nike, PlayStation, and Beats by Dre. Bronny moving the needle, so it really was surprising that Bronny entered the NBA as popular as he was, but nobody thought his popularity would translate like this. It's rare to see a player who doesn't play much move the needle the way he does. Bronny is splitting his time between the NBA and G League, and his impact off the court have been felt in both leagues. For the South Bay Lakers, games that he plays in have been selling out in minutes. For the Lakers, they have made their return on Bronny's contract back and then some. Bronny signed a 4-year, $7,895,796 contract with the Los Angeles Lakers with $4,371,403 guaranteed, with an average annual salary of $1,973,949. Let me repeat that last number. That is $4,371,403 guaranteed, with an average salary of $1,973,949. In year one of Bronny's deal, they made a net positive of at least $47 million due to his jersey sales, despite being only selected 55th overall in the 2024 NBA draft. Bronny is more hyped than any other player in his class, particularly number one pick Zachary Archer. This is demonstrated by the fact that Rich Archer's summer league debut jersey only bought $3,360 at Sotheby's, while Bronny sold for $38,400. It was expected that Bronny's jersey would only sell between 6,000 and 10,000. Rachers, on the other hand, failed to even reach the lowest projection of 4,000 to 6,000. The Bronny effect is very real. Well, congratulations to Bronny James for sure. What a moment in time to be able to do more jerseys in sales than your dad. And he is 18 and has his whole life ahead of him. And I pray that it is a fruitful, prosperous, and joyful career for sure. All right. More Virtual Draw Live coming at you right from the space right here, right now. Now, remember, we talked about Jamie Foxx and what happened at Mr. Chow. Well, there is an update. And trigger warning for everybody, this is not funny. Okay. This is not funny what we're about to talk about. But the way that this happened, people need to behave themselves, okay? From the Jasmine brand, this is an update. Jamie Foxx reportedly became offended by a cream stick-shaped laser pointer, leading to his physical altercation at birthday dinner. A laser pointer-shaped like a cream stick sparked a confrontation at Jamie Foxx's birthday dinner at Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills. Sources tell TMZ that during the event, someone from a VIP bar upstairs shone the laser at Jamie's table, disturbing him, especially with his kids present. Jamie was upset went upstairs to confront the group, which included crew members from the Jag production company, and asked them to stop. Tensions grew when a crew member allegedly threw a glass, cut in Jamie's mouth. He left to get stitches, and police were called. Although Jamie has spoken with law enforcement, the investigation is ongoing. No arrests have been made. His face in this pic, along with the tag, is hilarious. I'm going to need him to work on his triggers too. I'm going to need him to tell the management to. I'm going to need him to let the restaurant management handle it next time. That was one. Number one, I'm going to need him to work on his triggers. Number two, I'm going to need him to let the restaurant management handle it next time. Number three, he needs to fire his bodyguards, because how do they let this happen? Get your freaking hands off me. Laughing emoji. He's snitching. What? People play too much. Let this man heal. This was traumatic for him. Everything ain't funny. Yo, what the seriously though? Like, leave people alone. Why did he have the staff confront him personally? I would have left. Anyone that thinks harassment and assault for grown man is okay, your mama is a garden tool. Biddy in the chat, Lord help. Not blaming Jamie for this, but maybe he just needs to go to work and go straight home for a while. I know he likes to party and do big group events and dinners, but something always goes sideways as of late. I can't leave this man alone at such an upscale restaurant. Mr. Chow, how this is how your guests are allowed to act. I agree. I mean, now, for those of you who don't know about Tic Toc Has, they are a group of individuals that do pranks, and they get to be stupid and get paid to do it. And for that crew member, they deserve to be sued to the fullest extent of the law. There has to come a point in time where your consequences has actions. So, all right, y'all. So more Virtual Draw Live coming at you right from the space right here and right now. From Black PR Wire, by the way. Here it is here. The 44th annual Black Doll Show, celebrating Black folklore and the power of imagination, featuring arts highlighted in Netflix's Black Barbie. This December, the William Grant Still Arts Center proudly presents its 44th annual Black Doll Show, entitled In Need of Good Folk, Magic Folk Like Us, curated by the visionary Aisha Sinclair. This year's theme invites visitors to journey through a magical world where Black folklore and fairy tales are celebrated, woven together through the power of storytelling and art. The show is a homage to the oral tradition and its limitless possibilities, seen through the lens of Black artists and doll makers. Several artists, staff who have been essential in producing the William Grant Still Arts Center Black Doll Show recently featured in Netflix's acclaimed documentary Black Barbie. Monica Bailey shared her inspirational personal journey towards self-love through dolls, while Amintis Montevi and Billy Green convey significant historical Black doll moments. Also including the documentary with Stacey McBride Ivory, who participated in our 2018 Black Doll Show, reflecting on her time at Barbie and her decision to develop her own Black doll line. These powerful voices underscore the deep connection between Black dolls' identity and self-empowerment. In this 44th year, y'all, it's almost at its 50-year celebration. This is absolutely incredible. I had no idea that this existed. Just like most things that I bring to y'all, I don't know about them until I start looking for the destinations to bring to y'all for us to go into or talk about. And for the fact that this has been around for 44 years, it's quite disrespectful. Not disrespectful for the fact that this has been happening, but it's disrespectful that we haven't known about, so we can support, elevate, and make this the biggest thing that needs to be seen by the world, at least our world, you know what I mean? Hopefully the world at large. In this 44th year, the Black Doll Show remains as relevant as ever. This year's theme, in need of good folk, Black folk like magic folk like us, taps into that same empowering spirit, reminding us that within the realm of imagination, we are limitless. Aisha Sinclair, the Los Angeles-based children's book author, performer, and doll artist curating this year's show, is known for her exploration of the magic and wonder within the African diaspora. Her work, which spans across folk tales, fairy tales, and folklore, invites visitors to reconnect with their roots and explore the cultural richness that Black storytelling has offered the world. These stories are haunting as well as uplifting, says Sinclair. I don't think I'll ever tire of learning from them. It's an honor to share my stories and those of my ancestors, whether through rhyme, mixed media, or creating dolls. Celebrating Black folklore and tradition, at the heart of this year's exhibit is a celebration of the countless stories that Black people have passed down through the ages. Stories of tricksters, supernatural beings, heroic women, and enslaved ancestors. This is a space where imagination and memory collide, and where dolls become more than just objects, they become storytellers, sharing the influences of villages, families, and community dynamics like a grid passing tales from one generation to the next. The artists in this year's Black Doll Show continue a tradition of storytelling that transcends time and place. The exhibit will showcase dolls and mixed media pieces that bring to life Black folklore, reflecting the joy, resilience, and spirit of Black culture. The legacy of the Black Doll Show and its connection to civil rights. The Black Doll Show began in response to the 1940s doll test conducted by Mammy and Kenneth Clark, which revealed how systematic racism impacted Black children's self-esteem and led them to preferring white dolls. This became pivotal evidence in civil rights lawsuits, including the landmark Brown versus Board of Education case. To counteract these negative images, artists Cecile and Miriam Ferguson started the Black Doll Show in the 1980s by bringing together handmade Black dolls to celebrate the beauty and cultural significance of Black identity. Through this tradition, the William Grant Still Arts Center has continued to create a space for Black artists to reshape narratives and define self-worth. The presence of doll artists like Monica Bailey, Atimis Mortavi, and Billy Green in Black Barbie speaks to the deep importance of this work. The reflections of the documentary on how Black dolls have shaped their own lives are echoed in this year's show, where the tradition of using Black dolls to convey cultural and personal stories continues. An invitation to experience magic and history. We invite all who believe in the power of storytelling and Black cultural heritage to join us for this year's Black Doll Show. Whether you're a longtime fan of the exhibit or newly inspired by the story shared at Black Barbie, the magic of this year's theme, in need of good folk, magic folk like us, will speak to your heart. This is a celebration of not just art, but of identity, history, and community, and affirmation that the stories of Black people, whether told through dolls, folklore, or film, have the power to inspire, uplift, and transform. So the event details: the opening reception was on December 14th of 2024. The exhibition dates are December 14th, 2024 to February 15th of 2025. So 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. So the exhibition has only been open for 4 days now. So you have from now until February 15th of 2025. They will also have doll workshops on December 21st of 2024, January 11th of 2025, and February 8th of 2025. Additional events during the Black Doll Showrun panel: Tara Whitaker, Aisha Sinclair, and Miss Nama Malik January 18th, stories and books, Zen making workshop February 1st, and tea time. Drink tea with your dolls on the closing on February 15th. Together, let's celebrate the magic of our stories and the good folk who continue to tell them. Source William Grant Still Arts Center. So there you go. There, congratulations. What a wonderful, wonderful platform there. The 44th annual Black Doll Show. Like I said, I had no idea about this until I was looking for destinations, and there it is. So here is the page here, the website rather, of the 44th annual Black Doll Show, just to show y'all that here. And here it is here. So I will drop the link to this in the live chat. If you happen to be out in LA, or if you want to take a trip out to LA to see this Black Doll Show, the 44th annual Black Doll Show, here is the link here, right there. And I will pin the link, of course, to the chat. Thank you for the 11 likes. I appreciate y'all so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Try to always bring y'all something different. As the song says, put a different blast in your ear. Now, I am so excited to tell y'all about this 3-year-old beautiful young girl from Texas that beats cancer and celebrates finishing chemotherapy. By the way, Randy Moss is also a cancer survivor. He also had cancer and made it through. In Jesus' name, yes, 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 amen, amen, amen. That 3-year-old young lady, late last year, SaMiyahF, a 3-year-old African-American girl from Killeen, Texas, finally beat cancer after completing her chemotherapy treatments. Her family happily celebrated as she rang the bell at Baylor Scott and White McLean Children's Medical Center, marking the end of her fight with cancer. I feel like my baby is now healed. She can finally be a normal kid and do all the things I felt she couldn't do before. Her mother Toisha told KCN TV. SaMiyah was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at just 1 year old. Fowler spent months searching for a bone marrow match for her daughter. Shout out to Robin Roberts, because she went through a bone marrow transplant, and they did the match bone marrow directory, where all you gotta do is just take a cotton swab in your mouth and you can be a match for somebody. So shout out to Robin Roberts for making that investment. Now, just before the holiday season, SaMiyahF is cancer free and free of the heavy chemo treatments. There are no limitations now. There's no stopping us. We can go out here and have the best time. I'm so excited. She continued to celebrate SaMiyahF's recovery. Doctors surprised her for Princess Tiana doll, which she embraced with gratitude. And sometimes children are more grown than adults. Amen. 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 So here is the story from this station here, KCN TV. Here's that beautiful girl right there ringing that bell. Let's watch her and celebrate. Amen. Amen. And amen.
From hard hats to steel-toed boots, Grainger's got your safety needs covered, literally. Shop Grainger's vast.
Thanksgiving morning, a Central Texas mom is grateful her daughter received the ultimate gift of life. Little SaMiyahF recently got the chance to ring the bell, marking the end of her cancer treatment. Walking down this hallway is a shy but brave and resilient 3-year-old girl. She has triumphed over the toughest battle of her young life. After enduring countless chemo treatments, little SaMiyahF has finally reached a milestone.
There it is. There it is.
In front of family and a team of doctors, she got to ring the bell, signaling the end of her fight against cancer.
Now, I feel like my baby is now healed and she can finally go ahead and be a normal kid.
We first introduced you to SaMiyahF back in August. At the age of 1, she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Her mother, Latasha Fowler, was on a desperate quest to find a bone marrow match for SaMiyahF. Fast forward to today, and right in time for the holiday season, her precious daughter is now cancer-free and no longer burdened by the grueling chemo treatments.
There's no limitations now. There's no stopping us. We can go out here and have the best time ever. So I'm very excited.
To celebrate this remarkable milestone, doctors supplied SaMiyahF with a beautiful Princess Tiana doll. She couldn't help but embrace her new companion, feeling an immense sense of triumph and gratitude for the bright future ahead of her. Now, at SaMiyahF's bell ringing ceremony, she was supported by her mom, dad, brother, and grandmother. And we would like to wish them all a happy Thanksgiving.
Amen. The times that I feel that, oh, woe, it's me, my life is this, my life is that, the third all around the world, I. Sometimes in life, you just need to take a mental inventory that your life could always be worse. And if a 3-year-old little girl who was diagnosed at 1 year old with that can go through chemotherapy and make it over, then my life is not as problematic as I think. So, oh man. And I'll read the story here to honor this station that covered the story here. On this Thanksgiving, a Central Texas mom is grateful that her daughter received the ultimate gift of life. 3-year-old SaMiyahF has triumphed over the toughest battle after enduring countless chemo treatments. She has finally reached a milestone. In front of her family, a team of doctors at Baylor Scott and White Myth Lane Children Medical Center in Temple, she got to ring the bell, signaling the end of her fight against cancer. Her mother, Latasha Fowler's heart is filled with joy. I feel like my baby is now healed. She can finally be a normal kid and do all the things I felt like she couldn't do before, said Fowler. We first introduced you to SaMiyahF back in August. At the age of 1, she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Fowler was on a desperate quest to find a bone marrow match for SaMiyahF. Fast forward to today, and right before the Thanksgiving holiday, her daughter is no longer burdened by the grueling chemo treatments. There's no limitations now. There's no stopping us. We can go out here and have the best time. I'm so excited, said Fowler. To celebrate this remarkable milestone, Dr. surprised SaMiyahF with a beautiful Princess Tiana doll. She couldn't help but embrace her new companion, feeling this incredible sense of triumph and gratitude for the bright future ahead of her. And shout out to all those doctors at that wonderful hospital there, the Baylor Scott and White Myth Lane Children's Medical Center. When we covered Michael Strahan's daughter. Let's see, Michael Strahan daughter. When we covered Isabella Strahan and when she went through her brain cancer, we were there every step of the way until it was done. And it's important to showcase that young people and children go through things too. And I said to Captain Venus that, sometimes, in this sector, it's the wretched, tired, and broken people that get the most support. And for the people trying to do good, they're not being seen all the time. But I said to Captain Venus, I'd rather be in peace and being able to have the range of doing a show like this, where we went from Carlos Watson being put in jail for 10 years to ending on a 3-year-old making it through cancer. I'd rather cover the real and be in peace than cover ratchetness and be broken mentally. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. What a show. And y'all, we did that 11 destinations in 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 6 seconds. Not too bad. I thought it was going to be a 2-hour show. But we did that, y'all. 11 destinations live. It just seems that the destinations keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the show keeps getting longer and longer and longer. But I was so thrilled to bring you this show today. to bring you this tour live today. And, sometimes when you feel like you don't want to go on is the day that somebody is hoping that you keep going on. So yeah. So I will drop the link if anybody wants to come on up. I know that some of y'all in the bushes, and some of y'all may not want to come up. But I always make sure that you guys, know that you guys have a voice here. So if there's any destination that really inspired you tonight or really got to you, feel free to come on up on StreamYard and talk about it. I think the story that really inspired me the most tonight was SaMiyahF Fowler being able to be 3 years old and overcome cancer. What an incredible little girl. And that's why representation matters. So, to everybody that, hated the Little Mermaid movie, it's like, there are children that are, trying to overcome cancer. And so forgive us for trying to make sure that they are represented by having somebody that they can look to when they're going through a struggle. There are bigger issues in the world than your racism, bigotry, and hatred. Because you don't want to be open-minded and considerate or understand that other people exist in the world and not just you. Then the Black Doll Show, what a powerful story we learned there of this Black Doll Show happening for 44 years, and that is happening in LA, and that is the link there if you want to click that and get the intel on where the 44th annual Black Doll Show will be happening. And shout out to the documentary Black Barbie, which is on Netflix. It's important that we are all seeing Jamie Foxx and that cream stick laser pointer being pointed at him. I feel bad that he went through that. What just happened to just leaving people alone and letting people be grown? And Jamie, we need you here. Like I said, go marry Garcelle, damn it. Bronny James, selling more jerseys in his rookie year than his dad. What an incredible way to kickstart your career. I think Bronny is figuring out who he is, and I think it's really unfair when we, equate, the daughter to the mother or the father to the son, because at the beginning and end of the day, we want kids to have their own legacy. Tiffany Haddish receiving $95,000 over a lawsuit about, her friend saying that Tiffany Haddish defamed her friend. You still did what you did to me, and it wasn't cool. It wasn't right, and it is what it is. And you got your money, but you still did what you did. Wicked, the fact that it will be coming out next year, November 21st, 2025. I am so excited to see Wicked for Good. Of course, if you want to know what happens in Wicked Part 2 or Wicked for Good, just go watch the play. You'll see it. But of course, you don't know what's going to happen in the movie version because they do have to stretch it out because it is a movie, right? I feel like, the Wicked universe is forming. So although this is only part 1 and part 2, I do believe that there are many characters that can have their own movies and TV shows and merchandise. And so the Wicked universe is about to be alive very well. Wendy Williams pulling for her, of course. We saw her in the back of that SUV in Fort Lauderdale. Getting some oysters and some seafood down there. And I pray that Wendy's family is able to talk to her, especially during this holiday season. Nobody should ever be blocked from trying to care about a family member. Tic Toc, going to the Supreme Court to potentially, for the ban to be potentially held off. And it's crazy that the ban could happen on January 19th if they don't sell it. And then the day after is 47's inauguration, which is mind-boggling to me. But, Houston with that 14 and 15-year-old, respectfully, 14-year-old young lady and 14-year-old young man, both African-American, Black, young people who are not here anymore because of powwing out pop-up nightclub. And I'm not going to say that they were hooligans or reckless or ratchet or anything like that. teens and young people deserve to live a life. And it is sad when we can't have adults be responsible to care about the community. So prayers for them in heaven, rest in heaven to both of them. Prayers up to their family, their friends, and the communities of Houston, Texas, there, Wisconsin. To that teacher and that student, same thing. Love, prayers, and support to their family and friends, and to the 4 girls in Houston, to the 6 people in Wisconsin, same thing. Prayers, love, and light to the family and friends. And like I said, until laws are in place, this is our normal, and this should not be anyone's normal. No one should be afraid to walk out their door to not know if they're going to live and come home on the same day. Carlos Watson going to jail for 10 years because of what he did with Ozy Media. Slow and steady wins the race. And I don't think what he did was right. Impersonating a YouTube executive and giving them notes. If your content is well, it will speak for itself. And while yes, he does have Emmys and different awards, and he cracked the top 10 podcast lists, and he had Ozy Fest with all these different dignitaries of culture and thought and society. That doesn't mean that what you did was right. And I do understand what Carlos means from the standpoint that there are more white people that are jailed. That there are white people that are not jailed as much for crimes they commit. We see that with 47, and then black people they don't get the best hand dealt to them. So I do see that, but also too, your output is determined by your input. So I do hope that Carlos Watson will be well. And I do hope that he will make it out and that he'll have a new second chance. And then, of course, with Luigi Macron getting a first-degree murder charge, that makes him a terrorist. I think that is only fair. I know people are celebrating what he did to, the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian. Hey, Justine Bell, good to see you, my friend. Hopefully all is well with you. Just recapping the show. So yes, the CEO, the former CEO that was tragically found of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson. I think that charge is fair. I get that the healthcare system is not the best, but to make false reviews at a McDonald's and to give death threats to people and to be vehemently hateful to people that believe that this is a crime, is disgusting, despicable, and tragedy, because it could have been your family member, right? So right is right, wrong is wrong. Y'all know how I stand on that square. And then, of course, Elon Musk and SpaceX with what he is going through there. Basically, him and his rocket company failed to comply with federal protocols aimed at protecting state secrets, and now they're facing reviews after violations of security reporting rules. So the person who allows racism, bigotry, and hatefulness on Twitter now is in his own ish, along with the Tesla recalls. So I'm very happy about that. It's about time that he got handled his ass on a platter. So y'all, that is our show. I'm going to be up here for at least a little bit longer with you all. Like I said, if you want to talk about any of those destinations, feel free to come on up on StreamYard, hang out with your man, your friend, and family member, otherwise participate in the live chat. Glad to have all of you here. The fact that we got through all 11 destinations in 1 hour and 46 minutes, I'm like, no, we're going to probably do this in 2 hours. And no, we did right in an hour and some change. So yes, indeed. 6 people in the building. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me here on Brayley's virtual tour live. So as you guys know, tomorrow morning will be a new show, and then of course Real Housewives of Potomac review at 6 o'clock, and then of course, as you guys know, I am off on Thursday. So yes, I'll be off Thursday, and then Friday I'll be back with a new show at 11 a.m. and then of course a Married to Medicine review at 6 p.m. So a lot more content coming for y'all. Of course, Christmas will be next week. So I'll be with the family, so I may not do a stream on Christmas Day. I think everybody will understand. But of course, I'll be back the next day after Christmas and everything in between. So it should be a good time. We are getting close to the end of the year, and my Lord, what a year it has been. Some people are asking to do like a recap video of the year. I'm just like, we've covered so much, I don't even know how to do that. But it's because we cover usually about 7 to 8 topics. It used to be 6, but now the average is about 7 to 8 topics. But then we have shows like tonight where we cover 11 destinations live. So to do a recap video, I don't know how we would do that. But of course, I'll do an end of the year stream, counting down into the new year, and any memories that you guys have of the year. Y'all just let me know. We'll go back and talk about during that stream. And then of course, the first stream of the new year on January 1st of 2025. Can y'all believe that we're almost in 2025? It is, like I said, mind-boggling to me for sure. So, but yes, indeed. Y'all say right here, we are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be right back. Hey, everybody. I am BACK. Just took a break for a minute. And welcome into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We are just chilling. We covered 11 destinations live tonight. We did in 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 6 seconds here. And what a time. For sure. So glad to have all of you here. Like I said, a lot going on in the actual world, per usual. And I gotta tell you, to try to cover it all is never easy, because I feel like sometimes I am behind the 8 ball on some things. And there are some times where I allow, a destination to breathe for a minute before I go to it, because you need to let the audience fill themselves out with the destination to see if it really does matter to them. Because I do think, time and space does and can determine a lot. when it comes to, news. So yeah. Yes, indeed. We are just chilling out here. Glad to have all of you here. And yeah, we're just chilling. Oh, Lord. Two people in the building with me here, one person now. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all for sure. Thank you. So yeah, I think we'll probably kick it all the way to 2 hours and 10 minutes, and then we'll probably head on out. But this was a good show, though. Yep, I'm just chilling, y'all. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We did a lot tonight. We really did. Like I said, 11 destinations in one night tonight. Quite a powerful night tonight. So yep, just chilling out until 2:10, and then I think we'll head on out. So yes, oh, now that's cool. By the way, Big Luther, not Little Luther, Never Too Much will be premiering at 8/7 Central on January 1st. And I'm at the Ad Color Conference and Awards. They had the screening of that. So how cool is that there? Yes, indeed. So one more minute until we make it do what it do with the Daily Motivator, and then we will be on out of here. But it's been a great show. And thank you to everybody who came through. Justine Battle, who said that, Inez Martin, Stacy Lane, Lacey WCC, Sharon God, Mo Mama Dama. Thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all very much. It's not lost on me how much y'all invest in me, uplift me, and see something in me. I don't take that for granted. I always try my best to give something different that you may not see on YouTube. But the way I operate is, if I was not doing this, how I want to see it done. And that's how I truly think about that. You know what I mean? So I truly receive that full. So thank y'all for that. It really means a lot. All right, y'all, it is 2:10. Let me go ahead and get it up here. The Daily Motivator. And head on out of here. But it's been a great show. I thank each and every one of you for rolling with me tonight. It was quite an impactful show. And I hope there is something that you have learned from this tour, something that has inspired you, something that has uplifted you, for sure. That's what we try to do around here. Give you the good, the bad, and what the black in the middle, but all with love, grace, and space, as we often do around here. So as we do, let's see here. Dave Mover, work with me. Nothing in life is to be feared; it is only to be understood. Marie Curie, rather. It's time for the Daily Motivator for Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Wins and losses. You win some and you lose some. Both are valuable. Victories and achievements bring their rewards, but yet they can also bring complacency. While losses and disappointments are painful, their pain can teach you and engender great determination. Difficult times give you the opportunity to transform weakness into strength. Good times provide the opportunity to transform strength into treasure. Sometimes your troubles are mainly due to your own choices, and other times those troubles come in spite of your best efforts. Sometimes your good fortune is mostly your own doing, and sometimes you encounter a streak of good luck. Luck is doing anything. Being blessed is doing something. I added that to the Daily Motivator, y'all. Whatever the case, be thankful for the opportunity to make the best of it. With a steady purpose, move forward from wherever you find yourself. The pains and pleasures, the wins and losses all add substance and value to your life. Embrace each season as it comes and find true goodness in it all. Ralph Morrison. Wins and losses. Let's talk about it. You know, I truly feel that sometimes it is better to place in third place than not place at all. That's a philosophy by which I live. And basically what that means is you're still in the winner's circle. Don't be so concerned about not winning first place, because the more that you win first place, you know, heaviest that wears the crown. But if you're in third place, take your crown off, you can rest. Because you're about quality, not quantity. When you're so concerned about the pole position, but you're not on your purpose, that's where you lose, right? So that's the first thing I'll say to you. Be grateful that you're in the winner's circle in third place, because you're still a winner no matter what. That's the first thing I will tell you. Second thing I'll tell you is, whatever the case, be thankful for the opportunity to make the best of it. I truly do agree with that. You know, in the words of Whitney Houston, impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. And 4 white mice can be 4 white horses, and such far around infinity of courses. Impossible. But the world is full of strangers and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and don't listen to what sensible people say. But because these daffodil anecdotes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Now, for those of you, it reminds you of your childhood, but if you listen to the lyrics, they tell you that impossible things are happening every day. So if one door does not open, you are still in a hallway full of a lot of doors. And maybe that door was a door you wanted to open, but maybe it wasn't the door you needed to go through. Oh, that was good. I'm going to say that 2 more times. That door that you want to open may not be the door you needed to go through. The door that you want open may not be the door that you need to go through. That's the second thing I'll tell you. Whew. That's going to be my ending statement for tonight in the live chat. Y'all know how I always try to leave y'all with a positive quote at the end of every show. That's going to be my quote, because that blessed me. I don't know if it blessed you, but it certainly blessed me. And finally, the last thing I will tell you, beautiful people, is that embrace each season as it comes and find true goodness in it all. I was talking to my good friend and coworker Bishop today, and I said to him, I have grown up with the philosophy from my parents. We're going to get you everything you need and some of the things you want. And, my life is good. Student loan debt is paid off. Praise God. I got a roof over my head. I got food in my house. I'm good. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to live more, not for the image of the stats, but I want to live more for my soul to be happy of the fruit that I've buried. And so what I'll say to you is this: while you may be in a season of transition, doesn't mean that it can't be a celebration. Now, I know I said that quote before of just because you are in a season of transition doesn't mean that you are not rising to your elevation. That is true, but that doesn't mean that you also can't celebrate along the way. We forget to really clap it up for ourselves. We always are available to clap it up for other people, but also too, it's absolutely okay to clap up for yourself, because if you don't clap it up for yourself, who will? With that being said, everybody, it is time for the best outro on YouTube, if I do say so myself. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. Always remember, we do radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just recognizing that, whether you are 30 years old and you are questioning whether are people born wicked or wickedness is thrusted upon them, at least you can be a solution to combat wickedness, or you can be a problem to create wickedness. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just ready for you to listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, when receive love, you got to give it. On receive love, you got to give it. On receive love, you got to give it. Whatever obstacles you have overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I am extremely proud of you, love. No one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. In the words of Life Jennings, when those rims stop spinning and all those gold digging women disappear, she'll still be here. Recognize that the rims are just a part of the look. I would rather have a car that works and that has the basics, rather than having a pimped out ride and nothing works. Some of y'all got people that are pimped out rides, but nothing is valuable in them in terms of a friendship or relationship or anything else. And you might just need just the basics, and the basics of that friendship, relationship, or what have you can seem like a top of the line edition of a car. Like I said before, commercial break and fireworks are coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings are on the way for you, me, all of us as a society, as a people, and as a culture. I feel the love, and I send it right back to y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez, Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. For Ramirez.
Welcome to Copeland's. Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big, or if you like, too small. Copeland's, there's always something good.
Sweet boy and blue, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from nothing. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll do that. Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show that.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun. We've missed the excitement. We've missed the entertainment. We've missed the nightlife. But most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh, good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara,
Ginger.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.